everybody, and welcome back to Lorelei Inc. And I'm Laura, and today we're doing hashtag Saturday vibes. I made this page a couple days ago. I don't know exactly when, but I was really impressed with it and I had fun with it, and it's quite easy, but it looks magical, whimsical, Instagram worthy. You can do a lot with this, and it's not necessarily for a planned page. It's just throwing color on, letting it flow, and see how it turns into this beautiful, almost like artistic piece. But then I doodled and add mark making. So today we're going to do that. The supplies that I used with this are the same supplies I'm going to use today, which are the Davenport Mermaid markers. These are like, they react with water, obviously. So to me, in how she created them, is kind of like a liquid watercolor in a pen form. So that's how I look at it. So you can get the regular pack at Michael's. Well, she has many packs, and these are all from the original pack or one expansion pack. I will list everything below. And then the golden here is just my golden fluids in the spray form, but the spray has been acting up, so we'll just go with it. So obviously you need those. You need water, and then I also have water in like a bottle, and I don't have my dropper, but you could also use a watercolor brush. And then you're gonna need like a piece of plastic. This came from packaging. This is a packaging slip or something like this. Things that stamps comes. The things that stamps come on work really well. This, I don't exactly know where I got it from, but I like the size of it, and I can kind of control exactly where I want to put stuff. So I'm gonna set the book aside for now, and I might dry it. I don't know yet. I don't want to get it too wet. So I did make the journal myself, so if I get it too wet, as you can see, the spine is starting to bleed because I can't sew tight enough, because it's handmade, not factory made. So yeah, we will do it on the, I don't want to do it on the striped page, so we'll do it on this page. And I need to washi tape the pages down, and then I can mark make on it or move the clips, whatever. Just have to find my favorite washi tape to use. Oh, it's not out here, so we'll just use this one instead. I have well, he's not a little friend because he's here to stay, but I have my companion, my bunny, Bobbi Bunny. He is new to our family. I will try to insert a picture now while I'm ripping this washi tape. I adopted him from PetSmart, and I went in for a betta fish, which the betta fish has also been adopted. I don't know, like, do you buy a betta fish or do you adopt a betta fish? That's a question to ponder at. But the betta fish's name is Prince, so I'll insert a picture of him because I do love him, even though he was like a $5 fish. He's pretty. He actually sits to my left of my desk, which I'll insert a picture of that here. But Bobbi Bunny, like, I've always wanted a bunny. I think it's a boy. I adopted him through PetSmart, through like a county adoption center. So yeah, I'm just super excited to have him, and he lives in my art room / inspiration area. And it's just a magical time. Love it. All right. So I taped my book down, and we're just going to lay down colors. Now I wanted to do black. Okay, so this black, hopefully you can see that. I can stand up. There's a lot of like little glitter and glitz in the bottom of that, you don't want to shake these. Don't shake them because the ink will just start going everywhere. You have to use them, or like what I like to call, you bell ring shake them. And it kind of just disperses the product, but it's not forcing it through the mechanism. Same with sprayer bottles. I like to bell ring them. Paint, I usually do it just because I'm in habit of it, but paint you can also shake to get it in the cap. So I bell shake a lot of my items. Hopefully that will dispense. I don't know how strong this will be, so we'll play it by ear, and I guess we will use this. Okay, we will use this. This is another Jane Davenport. This is just a watercolor brush in like the brush tip. But you could add inks. You could do whatever you wanted in here. If I really wanted to just paint with this and thin this down because it's so concentrated, I could put it in here, and just wash it out when I'm done. Whatever your heart desires. So I have Starfish, Blue Bottle, and Brian Bay. Brian Bay is like my favorite. And I think Starfish I used on the last page too. You really don't need a lot. I always tend to oversaturate this, and you'll see a little bit of debris. And if you can't see this, the next one I will do, I'll put with a piece of paper under it. So there's that, and I'm just like swiping color. I'm not saturating the page. Add some water. I actually do like this idea. You're really abusing the push mechanism though. Alright, and then we're going to use this. The sprayer has been acting up on this. Oh no, there it goes. So this one's going to be really sparkly. Yes, like this mechanism isn't my favorite, but I already owned it, so. And now you're going to take your book and slap it down. Don't let it just sit there for a minute. You can twist it and do all kinds of stuff. I just kind of like to slap it down. And then I try to pick it up with, this is usually kind of suction cupped to the page, but this time it didn't do it. That's alright. Sorry if I was out of frame there. And there's still product on this. Go ahead and just smush it down. This is much more vibrant because I didn't spray it with water. And this was not a good idea. Kind of made it a little murky, but it's not. We're not done yet, so. But trial and error. That's one thing with my first journal. I didn't want it to be messy or ugly, have any ugly pages, ugly marks, which I ended up having them in the back, so I did end up doing it, but I got over the fear of having an ugly page, because you can always cover it up, so don't worry about it if you end up not liking it as soon as an action hits the page, or a color blend hits the page. Like, now I don't even see it, like, what I didn't like. So, now we're going to set this off to the side again. Now I'm going to add some more pastel-y stuff. And this was strong, and this was strong, because I used this to kind of clean it off. So we're going to go heavy in with this Brian Bay green. Go heavy with that. And if you want to do one color at a time, that's fine too. I mean, you just kind of gotta go with the flow. Now this is a spray bottle. I did get this from, I want to say the Dollar Tree for $1. It's bulky. It's colorful though, so I like it. But you can twist this to really adjust your spray. You can get a nice mist. You can get a stream. Whatever you want. This is what I like. That's worth an investment of $1 to me. So we'll just do it this way this time. So you can kind of get, ooh. This color looks very, very blue. So this is not true indicator. Doesn't bother me at all though. I don't really like sliding it. I just kind of like smashing it down. Okay, let's go back in with some touching. Now, technically this is just touching the page, but because I was pushing on this Mermaid marker, that's very concentrated amounts. I am going to go in with a touch of black. Touch of black, or come on. If you end up not liking it, you can have a spare journal. I don't have mine out because I never remember to use it. Because I'm usually okay with whatever happens. So that's a lot of water, by the way. Sorry if my voice is a little raspy. It's been a long day. But I'm creating and we're going with it. So it went to be a good day. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh. So we have a lot left. Sorry, I'm out of frame. Hold on. I don't want my book to get completely covered in this. There we go. So this was that, and then I just stripped it over here. So this is turning absolutely nothing like the other page. It's much brighter, vibrant, also darker with that black, which the black is called Black Hole, which doesn't really bother me. Alright, there you are. And there's like some plummy colors coming through. I like it. Looks kind of fall, but I don't know, like cotton candy mermaid. One fall color that is like absolutely amazing to me right now is like the romantic mauve tones. I just absolutely love them. I'm so glad that they're actually in, quote unquote, for fall right now. Bunny ears. For fall, because they are beautiful any time of the year. So why not fall? Fall is my favorite. Alright, so now I think I want to dry this. I think this is kind of cool. Hopefully you can see that. Hopefully I'm in frame. This is like my marker here, and I'm trying to stay in it. Usually I'm like here because of lefty syndrome, but today I'm trying to stay in frame for you and still have all my stuff just laying out. As you probably already kind of guessed, Jane Davenport is one of like my main favorite artists that has products, and she has several books out, which they're amazing if you want to pick them up. But she basically talks about how you should have your art stuff out. That's cool. Because if it's not out physically in front of you, you're not going to just grab it when you're creative or you're being creative or have the inspiration. It has to be like mentally thought out. Oh, so they're in my desk in my right bottom pocket. I'm going to use them with that, which is in my closet. Or no, this is downstairs in the basement. If there's stuff out, 4 or 5 different products out, you're going to use them. Even if you didn't think about it, you're like, well, this needs this, and you're going to grab that. Or this needs that, and you're going to grab that. It's quite amazing how much stuff can be in one piece of art. And the simple explanation of mixed media is more than one media. A media is mermaid markers. A media is colored pencils. A media is charcoal. That's one media, one medium media. When you mix them together, acrylic paint, liquid-based or watercolor-based ink, it's mixed media. Simplest explanation I can give you. There are massive mixed media artists out there that work on different items such as glass, wood, metal. There's other resins. resin. That's like a legit in-depth mixed media person that I'm not there yet. So we'll see. We will see. I'm just gonna take my brush and kind of just play here. I don't like it. Oh wow. Use these colors a little bit before I decide to dry it. Hopefully the microphone cord is not near you. Drip. I'm obsessed with the Netflix show Making a Murderer. I mean, when this actually happened and I was a child, with like, if you saw like national news, I was a child when it physically happened. I'm on season 1. So to hear about it now, like, it's just so ridiculous that it happened. But I'm not done with the show yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen. But it's on in the background right now, along with laundry and then the bunny and the dog. So one happy family. So I think I like the way this looks. I dripped some water, blended it with the brush, and I'm gonna dry it. Now I might scare Bobbi Bunny, but I'll try not. So most of this, where it's not pooling, is pretty, like, it's dry enough that I can mess around some more. I want to use this, like, one concentrated drop. I just want to see. Okay. So that is a lot of paint. For the record, that's a lot of paint. And I want to take this brush. Let's see if I can get it to drip. Yes. Now I feel like I should take some of that and put it elsewhere. A palette knife, even though you're not like an oil painter or whatever, these are good tools to have if you plan on doing a lot of mixed media with paint, modeling paste, all that kind of stuff, because I can take this and just smear it someone else. I'm like, I haven't done this yet, so I'm like, oh my gosh. I do like how that worked, but it wasn't super concentrated, so I can barely see it, so you're probably not going to see it. Because you're about 2.5, maybe 3 feet away, but you're on Zoom, so we'll say 2 feet. Just gonna scrape this. One thing that I will tell you, I learned this. I don't know where I learned this. I want to say I learned it in like elementary school, when back in the 2000s. When they actually taught you art class. I don't know if they do anymore. To be artistic, or to make it look even more artistic, don't do something in pairs or even numbers. Do everything in odd numbers. Or if you have a favorite number, say 7, or it could be 6, but then have like a tiny 6, like 5 regular size and tiny 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, there's 11, so 11. 17 would probably be my favorite number. I don't know yet. I don't know if I have a favorite number, but at the least, odd numbers are the best to just give it an edge, and it kind of can give it a focal point, but it doesn't. It makes your eye move. It's like a mental thing. Like, you're giving yourself a focal point. That's a mental thing. But if you have odd numbers, it gives you 3 places to look, 5 places to look, not 2. So if something is off in your artwork, it's going to stand out, if that makes sense. If I 1, 2, 3, 4, and say this one was here and this one was here, it would stand out like perfectly. Odd numbers, you don't have to be a perfectionist. So I want to say, now this paper, I tested it before I decided to sew it into a book. It's actually sketchbook paper for dry mediums or marker, not necessarily watercolor, ink, paint, water. So every now and again I have to be careful to what I do. So that's cool. To some people this might be too detailed, but I really like the little pieces of an art page, and this is not very big. I don't even know what the technical size of this art journal is. It's 3.5 by almost 8.5, or nine and a half centimeters by 21 centimeters. This is not a very large book. I hand cut it with a very dull knife too, so that was fun. This book is actually even small. This book's a little bit bigger. I don't know, I can't tell. This is throwing me off. But anyhow, I like the tinier little details, the focal points, because I can not write over that, and then that would be like the art piece, and then the rest of it would be a place to express myself. So like this I really like, this I really like. So I'm just gonna keep spraying here. Yes, okay, so I'm gonna dry this again. I like this blend coming through. And I have decided I'm going to keep the washi tape on there because I got product on top of it. I kind of like it there. I used to not like blotting my pages like this, but then it just gives it just a touch, just another layer of texture that can be kind of interesting. And yes, I have run into the things where I think the page is so beautiful I don't want to write on top of it, or it's too bold to write on top of. I take a picture of it, I have it for life, and then I can do whatever I want with it. So I'm going to release these pages and see what the other side of these pages looks like. So let me do that now. One more. Okay. And then this page, even though it's like a massive, messy murder scene, I'll probably cut some of this and use it. So just keep layering. Alright, so which side is up? This side is up. Alright, so that page is obliterated. On the back, on this page, this is the original idea page. It turned into this, so I definitely, ooh, my book's loose. I definitely, expanded on it. The back of this, ooh, and I really detailed that. Yeah. Oh, look how wet this page is. My threads are loose. Oh, I'll learn one day. Anyway, I did take a picture of this though. I loved this edge from the bleed of this page, so I golded it and I did the rest of this. This is just watercolors and that gold paint again. This is this gold paint painted on, so you can see that gorgeousness. Blank page. I need to do some book surgery. And then this is the page we just did. I'm going to dry this further. When I dry my pages, I like to dry them this way because then the hot air will go through the page and completely dry it. Okay, so I did tear this when I was trying to cut it from the washi tape. I kind of want to just tape it, but at the same time, I'm going to leave it right now because I really like this, and then I like this as its own, and then this is cute. I don't know. I'm in love with this page. I am going to stand up and do a little bit more of a closer view to this gorgeous page. I apologize if you cannot see. Oh, you can see that shimmer though. I love it. I'm standing on my tippy toes to show you this and actually see it, but I love it. But that didn't take very long, and I mean, few items. Another thing you could use is Crayola markers. They're a water-based washable ink. You could use Tombow, which are also water-based. Sharpies are obviously alcohol-based, so they would not work, but Sharpies are a household thing. Highlighters, as long as it's water-soluble, it works. And you literally need... Where did you go? No, I snuck him away. And something like this. If you don't have this, I'm thinking of like a household item. Maybe freezer paper. You would want to probably tape it to cardboard or like a folder. Tape it to something. Or you could even use like one of the, you might not want to, like a folder, like a paper folder. It would get wet. But something that will just not absorb the water. Freezer paper. Plastic wrap, it would be really hard to get it flat, but it would give you a great amount of texture, so that would also work too. Maybe I'll try another video of like household items to create this kind of page. And I call this like, I don't even know what technique I call this. I'll think of a name for it. Color blending flip. That's a horrible name for it, but you get my idea. So I do need to do a little bit of book surgery. So that's still wet there. I bled there. Oh well. It's my book. It's not for sale, so it can get a little messy. It can get loved. If this is loved, then it was used. So, but I'll just go ahead and flip through some pages that I'm working on. So this one I made. This one. These, what were these? These are Tombow markers, the little purple flowers. So they bled through. It doesn't really bother me. This bled through. This is what we just worked on. It bled through. This I really like. I was just playing. I played for like 5 minutes with just my watercolors, and you can see where I taped it there, but the other side, you have no idea where I taped it at. So I'm getting better at blending. And that's my, I love this page when I made it, but I am more in love with this now because of this knifed gold. And it's completely dry. It does have a little bit of a texture, but that gold's not gonna move. And then this page I made yesterday with, I did this in 3 steps, so maybe we'll do a little bit about that. But this is what we did today. Show you the supplies again, just in case. And a spray bottle. And this brush. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, obviously let me know. You can email them to me or comment below. I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Happy creating, and I appreciate, I had fun today. I don't know. This tear though, I don't know what I'm going to do with this tear yet, so I'll keep you posted. I wanted to take a minute to talk to you about getting your hands messy. Some people absolutely hate it, have to wear gloves, whatever. I love getting my hands messy. It actually makes me think I did something that day. Color wise, this color will be on here for a few hours, and every time I see it while I'm doing something that's boring, I'm like, oh yeah, I had fun today. I got my hands dirty. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty if that's with paint or soil. If you're a gardener, I used to be a cook. I used to get my hands messy with food. Not anymore, thank goodness. But yeah, don't be afraid to get your hands messy. Soap and water is always available. If not, email me, please. So have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.